Okay, so for my first computer science video, I'm going to be doing the if statements. So for an if statement, when creating an if statement, you need a condition on the inside, and the code checks the condition and returns a boolean, true or false. So for this example, I have created an int x and an int y. And since this is a simple example, it won't have that many else if statements because for an if statement, it checks the first condition, and if that condition returns true, it'll run the code. But if it checks false, if it returns false, then it will move on to the else if statement, and then once again it checks if the condition is true or false. And if that true or false, and if that condition is true, it reads the code. If it's false, it moves on. And an if else statement can have multiple else if actions. But the last else else is always glass. It can never become before an else if. Else is always at the end of an if else statement block of code. So if all the other conditions return false, then else is the very last option and it will run that code. So let's look at this example. Int x is equal to 5, int y is equal to 6. So if x is less than y, system.output true. X less than 5. So we can check that x is 5 and y is 6. X is less than 6. So this returns true. So if we were to run this code, I guess we didn't save it. Oh, I saved it. Okay. When I run this code, Java ex.java ex1 Java ex1.java. It returns true because x is less than 6. But if you were to change y to 4 and then save it, run the code again, x1.java, x is not less than 4, and 4 is not greater than 5, so it will run neither. So now there's an error in the code. So this first part and the second part are basically saying the same thing. So let's say x is less than y, and we can change this one to x is greater than y. Save that, and let's see what this runs, ex1.java. It will return false because x, which is 5, is greater than 4. So this is true, this is false. So since this is false, it moves to the else if, and this is true, x is greater than y, so it will return false. And that's pretty much a mini summary on if statements. And if we really want to, we could add in third variable z, which is equal to, let's just say 12. So for if else statements, we could also use and, or, and not. So let's just say x. Okay, we can replace these ints with, say, boolean x equals false. Boolean y equals true, and boolean z. Oh no, we don't need boolean. So now that these are booleans, we can't use greater than or less than because those only work with ints and doubles. So now we can use or and not. So let's go. And would be 7. So X or Y. So X is false, Y is true. So X or Y is true. So this should run true. X and Y. X is false and Y is true. So X and Y is false. So that's also true. We run that. There's one that go. It's true. This checks out. So that was a quick summary, quick rundown. And now we can move on to switch statements.